we grow up in our gaming life, we start off with Nintendo games. Well, most of us did anyway. Then we moved on to the Super Nintendo. After the Super Nintendo, we have things like the PlayStation, the Game Boy, the PlayStation 2, the PSP, the DS, and every other game console out there. So I ask you this, gamers. When it comes to your gaming life, how do you even begin to pick your favorites, let alone your top 25 favorites? Well, that's what we're going to do this month. As I'm going to take you on a journey, and you'll be able to discover my top 25 video games. Well, I should say my top 25 most memorable video games of all time, and why. It might be a complete shock to you, but my choice for number 2 would have to be Bleach. No, not this Bleach. You know, the super ultra concentrated type. But this Bleach. You know, as in the anime and manga Bleach. And for the sake of this video, we're going to concentrate on, I guess, Bleach, Heat the Soul. This one happens to be number 6, but I have pretty much all of them in the series thus far. But the thing that I like about Bleach, specifically the games, you get to play as all the characters in the series. And I really liked this Heat the Soul series in particular because it was the one that kept up with the anime the most. So in terms of characters and where it was at in the anime in Japan, that's like the most up-to-date character roster you could get in a Bleach game, which as a fan is freaking fantastic. And you get all the special abilities and moves and whatever that they had in the show, you get it in this game, which again is fantastic as a fan, because those are the kind of things that you want. And also in these games, they have your traditional story mode, and instead of just being something half-baked or something that they just, let's come up with something fun for a game. No, in this one, it followed, specifically the anime series. So you have one battle, and you could pinpoint it and match it up with a specific episode, and you could follow it along that way. They did, I would say, a relatively decent job at following along the storyline, which is really nice because you get to personally fight those battles, and you get to, you get to kind of do it yourself, and if you want to, spam whatever attack you want to, you're free to do that. And I really like that. The only thing about this game, I should say this game series, is it's not really in the US so much. I think, I'm not really sure, but I know they wanted to bring this series over into the US. But the beautiful thing about having a PSP is that it is region free. That means you can play any version of whatever game that you want on the PSP. The only trouble is, as you probably caught from the title screen, if I can skip back to it, is that most of the text is in Japanese. And, it's okay, but the problem starts to arise when they have, certain missions that they want you to do, and that stuff is kind of in Japanese. But I mean, if you go online, you can find the translations and say mission 1, they want you to do this, and you just do it, and you don't even really need to know Japanese. They do have another version of this game, or these game series, because they usually come out with 2 different versions. And one is Japanese and the other one is Asia or something. And that one has more English, but from what I'm reading, or I should say from what I've read, those versions kind of stink because they take out a lot of unique stuff out of the game, and a lot of the features. I'm sorry, I pushed the thing. A lot of the features that are in these other games. So you can do arcade style versus a computer. You can customize, you can train. It has videos. And in the third game, specifically, it has... I mentioned this in the Cydia video yesterday, how they have, like, distinct character interactions, like, if Tifa knew Cloud, whatever, they would have a unique interaction because, you know, they know each other in the game because they're in the same game series. They're supposed to be friends, whatever. In, I think, 3... I don't know why, but I remember 3 the most. It might have been in other games here too, but I know in 3 they have that same sort of character interaction, and I really like that in a game. I don't know why, I just like it because, you know, these characters know each other and, like, they don't want to be fighting each other, that sort of thing, which is kind of a nice personal touch. And 3 also had a very funny, very funny, you should look it up and watch it, little mission thingy that unlocks. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil that anymore, but it's a special little mission you can unlock. It's really easy to go through as well. So my choice for number 2 would be Bleach, specifically the Bleach Heat the Soul series, which is for the PSP. So yeah, guys, what do you think of the second pick? I know you probably are not very familiar with this series at all, but I mean, I'm a huge fan of Bleach in general, and specifically of these Heat the Soul series. I paid a pretty penny to get these games because they're hard to get here in the United States. But there is like one place here in California that has these games. And pre-ordering them usually gives a bonus. I still have a towel that's wrapped up that I haven't used yet, because I kind of want to keep it like collector-ish. But yeah. So that's going to do it for the second video. Hope to see you guys on the third video tomorrow. Bye!